Are you falling for a real person, or are you falling for a fantasy version of them that you've created in your head? It turns out sometimes we fall for a fantasy. We fall for potential or the idea of them, who we hope they'll evolve to be, but not who they really are. We project what we want onto a new person before we even really know them, before they've shown us who they are. Here are some signs that you're dating a fantasy person, not the reality. If you find yourself ignoring red flags because they have so much potential. If you imagine how great they could be if you helped them. That means that you don't really know who they actually are. You haven't accepted that. Remind yourself you're dating them now, not their future self, because they might never realize their potential. Maybe you're finding yourself rushing into forward thinking, imagining what it would be like to meet their parents, imagining what it would be like for them to meet your parents, to go on vacation together or to live together, before any real emotional intimacy and connection has been formed. If you find yourself making excuses for them, if they're showing lack of effort or lack of interest, and you're filling in these gaps with a fantasy of why this might be happening, that's a red flag. You want to focus on their actions, on their consistency. If you're deeply involved in the chase and you're not really connecting, that's a red flag. If they're giving you mixed signals and you find yourself, instead of walking away, trying to win them over, trying to make it happen, that's a red flag. You want someone who's in it with you, who's available. If you're trying to make it happen, that's a problem. And if you find yourself getting more excited about potential moments rather than the actual time you spend together, meaning that the build up to a date night, you're imagining of conversations that you're going to have with them, what you're going to do, how it's going to feel. If the build up is actually more exciting than the actual date itself, that's a problem. Okay, how to fix it. You want to date realistically and see people clearly. So begin by slowing down that fantasy thinking. Stay grounded in reality. Focus on how they treat you, how they're acting, how consistent they are. Not on what could be, what might be. Watch for their actions, not their words. If they tell you they really like you, that's great. You want to see that they really like you. Give it time. A true connection takes time, consistency, and shared experiences. The more space you give a relationship, the more time you can pull back and talk about it with your support network, the clearer you're going to see it. If you find yourself hiding things about your relationship from your friends or your family, that's a red flag. Step 4, check in with yourself. Are you feeling secure? Are you feeling respected? You don't want to be chasing, fantasizing, or excusing bad behavior. Build a full life outside of dating. Focus on yourself. Focus on your interests. The less pressure you put on this person to fulfill your ideal love story, the healthier your love life will be. Look, real love is never going to be like the movies. It's about finding someone you can connect with, that you can see clearly, and that you can love as they are. Someone who might have flaws, but flaws that you can accept. Not someone you have to fix. Let me know in the comments if you've ever fallen for potential rather than the person's reality. As a therapist, I work with people around divorce recovery, heartbreak, limerence, dating after divorce. Let me know what you think.